Okay, hello. It is still the 29th of January 2021. This is the third part to this video that I keep trying to get out. I'm sorry I got off focus because I had a satanic clown posse dressed all in red pants, walking down the alley, making signals at my window. And right as I was going to get it on video, you guessed it, it went offline. So, yeah, they probably did that so he wouldn't be recorded. But you know what? It's also the Lord saying, I told you, focus on what I'm doing. Your enemies encamp around you. They're always there. They're irrelevant. They can't touch us. The only thing they can do is distract. That's part of the game with the noise and all that if you're highly targeted and all the... I call them the satanic clown posse because they do these ridiculous acts that you can tell are fake. I'll even say sometimes, you're about a C- actor, but thanks for the free entertainment. Sometimes I'll just crack jokes. But anyway, we can't let them steal our focus off the Lord, take us off our mission, or steal our peace and our joy. So I apologize, y'all, because I did that and then the video shut down. Anyway, I'm making this very long. I've got so much to do, so I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. We have been given the keys, a lot of us, to unlock the gates of heaven. We're going to escape out a window. Why do you think they have windows on a computer? Everything is mocking what the Most High God does. Okay, so Father gave me in a prophetic utterance yesterday, which I'm not going to read the whole thing. It has to do with the lock, being given the key. This revelation started last year. I made several videos about being guided to a place in Houston right before my dad passed. It was a blue building right behind this little motel that I rented, and it had two windows on it. There were actual windows, too. And then there was 7 keys painted on the side of this blue window, and one said Mike. And the Lord said, that's for Archangel Michael. Okay, so it started last year, and then I had more and more revelation on the key. There was a lock. You have to unlock the key. We have to unlock the lock with the key. We're waiting on the key that the Lord gives us. Wow, and as I'm doing this video, everything is significant, y'all. So this little place that I rented, which I'm asking the Lord because I don't think I can stay here much longer. I'm asking the Lord where to now. I put this on a couple videos at the beginning because it was something positive to look at that was actually in here. And of course, we all recognize, for I know the plans I have for you, declareth the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future, which is from Jeremiah 29:11. There's the 11 again. And the 29, wow. But look at the top part. I've never seen it say that, the scripture. I'll see, you'll see little framed pictures with just the scripture, but it says journey. We're on a journey. And we don't stop believing. That was my friend Lynn Venus's, one of her very favorite songs, and it was by Journey. Wow. Okay, so with the lock. So yesterday's prophetic utterance I got, again, this is the third one now with a lock and a key on it. The other one was on the 16th. This one, I'm not going to read all of it. Y'all can go into yesterday's video and read it. Again, I think it's titled something like, To the End Time Saints, a word from the Most High God, or something like that. So the clock is winding down. This is from Father. The clock is winding down. At 10 a.m., you begin writing my words down. 10 p.m. is time unleashed darkness. I do not do things in time. It is a man-made trick to get the children of Israel to obey, to fret, to work for the enemy. No longer. For I'm breaking the clock, tick-tock. They shall mock, and then the combination lock. It is a lock of two groups, those who have chosen to go the way of Lucifer and cling to the things of this earth, and those who are my remnant, who chose to put their faith in me and give their very lives to follow me. They shall not taste the second death, as they have already died to self. The combination lock is a combination of those who are cast into the lake of fire, in which ultimately chose to go there, and those who live forever in New Jerusalem. Combination, and then he told me to write a dash. Combining life and death until the end of time. Combination, dash. Combining life and death until the end of time. Have peace of mind. I am coming soon. Reach them before there is no more time. This is your mission. You and those who know my voice, who have been found worthy to be called mine elect, also know this is truth. You will also be given special instructions from myself. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be open. The key fits. Use it, daughter. I love you, daughter. Your Father who art in heaven. I don't know why I can't read things that he reveals to me like that without crying. And I'm filled with joy, y'all. I'm not sad. Anyway, so the key, we've been given the key. Here's what we're to look for. Again, with Moses, everything coming together with Moses. Preparations for crossing the Jordan. This is Joshua 3. This was what my Bible that I just bought had the bookmark on this when I opened it. Either the lady put the bookmark in there or it was already in the Bible. Okay? It happens to be about Moses' death and how Joshua then takes over and guides the Israelites out of the wilderness. Early the next morning, Joshua moved with all the Israelites. I'm just going to skip it because I'm making this so long. 3 days later, the officers were sent to the camp and issued these instructions to the people. These are our instructions. This is how we're unlocking the gates of heaven, how we get out of the matrix, Thunderdome. When you see the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God, with the Levitical priests will carry, that's us, y'all, true TIs, empowered saints of the Most High, 144K, angels, that's us. We're the Levitical priests and priestesses. We will carry the Ark of the Covenant. We must break camp and follow it. Those that are following, because we're leaders in the new. That's how you may know the way to take. For you have not gone this road before. Okay. Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will perform wonders among you. He directed the priests to take up the Ark of the Covenant and go ahead and the people, and they did so. The Ark of the Covenant is the rainbow. Why do you think, I think I said this in the last video, but I don't know how much I was cut off, so I'm going to redo it, so I apologize if I repeated myself. The Ark of the Covenant is the rainbow covenant that the Lord made, that he would never again flood the earth. For those that believe him will be protected supernaturally. So why do you think Satan stole the rainbow? Is gay pride. Pride is an abomination. Pride is what made Satan fall. Pride. He thinks himself above God. No. God is our creator. He made us, all of us. Also, why do you think like McDonald's has an ark, a golden arch? They're mocking the Lord. But the rainbow is our covenant. Last week I was shown a rainbow while I was in the rain. It was, normally a rainbow comes out after it stops raining. It was still raining. I showed y'all a picture. It was on my little crappy camera on my phone. Also, Brother Ken Price, the price is right, had a picture of a rainbow on his thumbnail that very day when I got back from the walk. He had just started a live stream 6 or 7 minutes after I got home and saw it, and I joined in. Witches came on and were trying to attack the channel, which is Satan trying to steal what the Lord has guided together. So he's guiding his troops, regulators on the front lines for Jesus Christ together. So every time Father's blessing us, Satan's coming to steal it. So we have to continue focusing on above and not below. And that's funny, when I focused on one of the stalkers outside, Satan's minions, robots, zombies, freakazoids, my laptop went off. So, oh no. Okay, that's something popped up. All right, I don't know. Okay, so let me skip. This is all Joshua 3. Joshua 3:7. Then the Lord said to Joshua, today I will begin to exalt you in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that I am with you, as I was with Moses. So there's Moses again. Now command the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to come to a halt in the Jordan when they reach the edge of the waters. The edge of the water, I believe, is the firmament, the sky, the waters above. Then the crossing began, which would be Joshua 3:14. Okay, I'm not going to read all that, but actually Joshua 4 is memorial stones. After the entire nation had crossed the Jordan, the Lord said, choose 12 men from the people, one from each tribe. Instruct them to take 12 stones from this spot in the bed of the Jordan where the priests have been standing. Carry them with you and place them where you will stay tonight. That's significant. The other day, I was making a video and I was actually focused on the stalkers, so sorry about that, the Satan's minions. And I said, and look down there, someone just appeared in red, which is my targeting colors, or one of them, black and red. And they were throwing stones, and I said it in a video, not knowing it was significant, throwing stones, okay? The 12 tribes of Israel. Back in November, what comes to mind right now is I was in another hotel because I'm made homeless, like a lot of us are, like Jesus and the disciples were. But praise Yahushua HaMashiach, praise the Most High God, I do have a roof over my head now because it's cold outside. But two dump trucks drove by. Right when I opened the curtains, I looked down, and there was two dump trucks. Actually, there was one day and two the next. And they were carrying rocks, big rocks, directly under the window. As I first opened the window, and I knew that was significant. That is the rock that we're to cling to. Jesus is the rock. So this all is going together. Do y'all see? And the person throwing stones the other day? Those who's without sin, you cast the first stone. Right? Okay, so now getting back to the lock. So this past week, I bought a bike. I had the bike delivered because I couldn't find any used bikes in the area because people, apparently what I've been told is people are buying up bikes because the gyms are closed and people are bored and locked in their homes. So I had it delivered. They delivered it for free. They overcharged me. I told you all that, the story about the bikes. I'm not going to go back into that. But the bike, when I rode it home, because I met the guy at a coffee shop, coffee talk, we're having coffee talk. I didn't notice it. I got it home, and when I pushed it in from behind the bike, I noticed something dangling. It was a combination lock. I couldn't get it off. It took 3 days for them to refund the extra that they had charged me on the bike, because they overcharged me, of course. And but they did give it back, and I couldn't get the lock off for 3 days, and finally they called with a combination lock. I told y'all that watch the number be significant of whatever the combo was. And it was. You want to know what it means? Engaging in combative strength, mighty and strong. For the believer, it is God's power standing by, ready to unleash itself to bring about his preferred will through faith. Also, it means valiant, and I was shown about 3.5 years ago, I lived on my boat because I couldn't afford an apartment. The Lord told me to get a boat. The name of the boat came with Amazing Grace, all that stuff that went on. Some of y'all will remember this. And I had a dream about 2 gates opening, gateways, and I think it was 3 and 7. Okay, I can't remember. I know it was 7. It was either gateway 4 and 7 or 3 and 7. If anybody knows that video or remembers that, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure it was 3 and 7. I remember hearing gateways 3 and 7 opening, like a portal opening in the sky. And I lived in a dream with another sister on a street, and the name of the street in the dream where we already had our glorified bodies and were saving souls before the end of the Great Trib. The name of our street was Valiant Street. Guess what? The name of this code on this combination lock that came with the bike, I did not buy this lock. It was already on there. Also means valiant, one who has strength of soul to sustain the assault of Satan. It's amazing. But it also means engaging in battle, strong and mighty. We're warriors on the front line, y'all. We are battling the fallen angels at the top, some of us. And that the Lord is about to unleash his preferred will through faith. Okay, so again, with the locks, the significance of the locks. So this is just amazing. So I didn't really look at the box that the guy gave me. He gave me a box and it had like things about the bike and the warranty on the bike and all that kind of stuff, because there was still a warranty, because they only can keep them a certain amount as a rental bike for a rental shop. So it was still under warranty, and I thought that's all that was in the box. But I remember thinking the box was heavy, but I didn't want to open it in case I was going to have to return the bike if they didn't send me my money back that they overcharged. Well, guess what? I opened the box. I've already called to say, please let me know if I need to pay for this, because this isn't cheap. So I opened the box, and guess what is in the box? Another lock. This lock is brand new. It hasn't even been opened yet, y'all. Well, I opened it just now. So I'm like, what is it? I couldn't even figure out what it is, because it's a weird lock that I've never seen. Anyway, long story short, the Lord does things in threes. Several years ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was in New Orleans. Y'all remember this. This was in 1999 is when this started. And I had come out of one place, and right by my bike, where I had locked my bike, not this bike, this happened in New Orleans, this particular thing, there was something squished up on the ground by my bike. And I picked it up, and it was a frog wind chime. It was like squished, like somebody run over it. But I straightened it out and took it home and hung it off the balcony. This was back when I actually had an apartment, which they ended up sabotaging. But anyway, and it was on Annunciation Street. I kid y'all not. This stuff really happens. Annunciation Street, which is, you'll see the street, me preaching off my balcony, from 1999 to 2001 on January 1st, when the Lord had me leave and go to Texas to visit my dad, because he was very sick. Anyway, Annunciation is Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, who announces the birth of Christ. Well, guess what? I'm here to announce the return of Jesus Christ. He is coming, y'all. This is not a joke. This is all going together. So I was unlocking my bike in New Orleans, and this frog wind chime was by my tire. I took it home, straightened it out, and hung it up. Also, within about a month, I'm walking, and there was no Mardi Gras. This was probably, I'm going to say, October. And there was Mardi Gras beads outside my door on the ground, on the sidewalk. I knew the gang stalkers probably threw them there, but I knew it was significant, and I took them in, and I showed y'all this. One was a princess Mardi Gras bead that I've never seen in my life. Been to a lot of Mardi Gras. I know they're evil, but I lived in New Orleans for a long time. And I like just the colors and looking at the parades and things. So, but I know it's evil. The Lord has showed me that. It's Baal worship, and a lot of other satanic things. Anyway, the bead was a princess and a carriage, like significant of Ezekiel's wheels, and a white horse, which we get white horses to ride alongside Jesus. That was the one bead. But the other bead was a frog. This was not just a regular frog. It had a golden crown on it. Okay, that's already 2 frogs in 1 month. Then the third frog was by far the weirdest. I have a video about all 3 of these frogs, y'all. This frog, I'm in a bar. Yes, it's a restaurant, but I was sitting at the bar because I was ordering happy hour food. That's my excuse, because I did end up slipping and drinking, but this was like a year and a half ago. And that was my battle that the Lord is helping me overcome, like the thorn in my side. All the other sins the Lord helped me overcome after I gave my life to Jesus. Well, some of it was a work, but it was, I was rid of them pretty quickly, except for this thorn in my side, which the Lord is healing me from. But I had gone to hang out with a friend. I use the term lightly because he Judased me out. To watch the Saints game, y'all. To watch the Saints game. And it was at a restaurant, but we sat at the bar because we wanted to order food and watch the game, and the TVs were at the bar. Long story short, this man comes up. My friend was late, like 30 minutes late. This man comes up to me that I don't know who he is. I think I've seen him around, but I didn't know him. He wasn't my friend. And he goes, "Hi, I wanted to give you this." And he hands me a stuffed animal, but it's not just any stuffed animal. It is a green, and there's the lime green, a green frog with a Christmas hat on. Wow, this is going together with the season. With a Christmas hat on. He's holding, the little frog has another baby frog that he's holding. So in about 1.5 months, maybe 2 months tops, I had 3 frogs. One was given to me. One was placed by my bike, and one was outside my apartment on the floor, on the sidewalk. And the Lord said, that is significant. I do things in threes. That's why witches come in threes, and they do their spells in threes, all that kind of stuff, because they try to hijack what the Most High does, but they can't. They're infiltrators, and they're being found out. The Lord is shining a light on these workers of iniquity, y'all. They're telling on each other. But anyway, it was significant about the spirits that came out of the beast that were as frogs. There was 3 frogs. And the Lord keeps telling me, I do things in threes. I do things in threes. Okay, so here's where the 3 comes in now. Fast forward to now. So I had a revelation dream finally, because I get prophetic dreams. I've had them since childhood. The one I had about seeing Donald Trump, I call him Dump, but I don't care. I'm not a hater. I just don't believe in politics, and I try to make jokes. I saw him July 24th. I had this dream. So it would have been July 23rd of 2019. I dreamt that there was men, and one was Trump, running out of or walking really fastly, like they were speed walking out of the White House, carrying briefcases and wearing masks. I forgot I had the dream. There is a video up about it, y'all. I don't remember the title of it, but one of my subscribers, shout out to you, whoever found it, actually said, wow, you dreamt of the mask before there ever was the masquerade ball. So I'm just telling y'all, I've got a few prophetic dreams that have come to pass that I have proof on this channel, including Hurricane Irma when I lived in Key West, and I was told there was a storm coming to stay close to me, the Lord would protect me. 3 weeks before Hurricane Irma, and I put the video out, I was only one of 5% that was told to stay. I was only one of 5% that stayed, and Father told me to stay, and he would protect me. And Hurricane Irma was supposed to wipe out all the Keys, and especially Key West was supposed to be completely underwater. The storm spared us by 15 miles. All the rest of the Keys were wiped out. Had I have left, it would have been a way worse situation because they were arresting people for being out past curfew. There was no gas. All the hotels were booked up, and they locked people in the airport. There was no flights and no buses. I would have been stuck. So that is another prophetic word. And then many other ones that have come on here, or that I've come on and told y'all. I'm telling y'all this because this is very significant about this dream that I just got. So we have the lock, the combination lock, which I just told y'all what it meant. So that's this lock. Here's this lock. I just want to show y'all, I have no reason to have these locks, okay? Because this lock came with the bike, which incidentally, I'll just go ahead and tell y'all, it's lime green. I didn't pick that color. That was the one they only had. That was the price that I was willing to pay. That was a used bike, and it was in good shape. Lime green. I may go down. It's downstairs, y'all, and I don't feel like going down there with a laptop and risking it turn offline, but I know y'all believe me. I may show y'all another time. So long story short, I had wanted it because I had another lime green bike that I missed that just some, you know, how they steal, and sometimes you just have to leave stuff behind, especially if you're on foot like I am, and the Lord tells you to go, you have to go. So I had already planned, because I have to park the bike downstairs because I'm upstairs, and I can't bring it up with my ribs were broken and they're re-injured. So I had already purchased a lock. Well, since I actually have an address, that's the mess in the box you see with the unwrapped paper. I had ordered a lock online. Well, I bought just a regular lock, not super cheap, but it was like $40. This is the lock I bought. It's brand new. See it? I already bought this for when the bike got here so I could lock it, so in hopes that the criminal gang-stalking minions won't steal it. But then it comes with an even better lock. This was probably a $60 lock. So I got an upgrade from this lock to this lock. You see where I'm going with this? This is like $35 or $40. I can't remember with tax. It might have been 40. This is probably 60 to 80 bucks. So when the guy called, he said I can go ahead and keep it. Because I said, do you want it back? He said, just keep it. I was like, oh, that's my bonus for going through this hell for 3 days. Because I didn't even want to ride the bike. I was going to return it if they weren't going to return my money. So lo and behold, I go and open the box that the guy gave me. Guess what's in it? A third lock. I kid you not. A freaking third lock. That's what made the box heavy. I'm like, what the heck? This has got to be $100 lock here. I couldn't even figure out how to get it open. I tried calling to ask them what do they want me to do. And of course, nobody's answered the phone. So now here it is. In 1 week, I have 1, 2, 3 locks. And I promise y'all, I'm not doing this for some sort of special effects. Ooh, look at her. I don't waste money. And I don't need 3 locks. Tell me this is not cool. The Lord said, I am getting back what the enemy stole you 100-fold. So each lock was more expensive than the next. But it's also the 3 locks. The Lord does things in 3s. We're being given the keys to unlock the windows of heaven, the gates that the enemy stole. We're getting it back. The Ark of the Covenant, we're getting it back. Now I will tell y'all the prophetic dream I had. And there's more and more and more, so y'all might have to pause this and come back on. I need to get this out while it's still fresh in my head and I'm not being cut off. Okay, so this was this morning. I didn't go to bed till after midnight because I was out looking at the moon and talking to the Lord and things like that. So this was this morning, so this would have been 1/29/2021. I dreamt I was in an arena that was like for sports. It had an open top. And you know what it reminded me? Is the Daniel and the Lion's Den. Or like, it reminded me of like the old-timey arenas that they would have fights in the Roman days. That's what it reminded me of. There was a video that has a perfect picture of what I saw in this dream. And I was guided to this video, and I'd love to play it for y'all. If y'all haven't seen it, please watch it. I made a video at least maybe 1.5 to 2 years ago with the song in it. But I would click it on and off, and for some reason, it didn't get flagged. But I don't want to take the chance now because they already flagged me once, like a month ago. So I don't want to do it again. It is by Fall Out Boy. It's called Centuries. Make sure you watch the one. It's got the cross with a black screen on the beginning of it. And it's got a horse and carriage and some guys walking by. All right. And I think it's what do they call it? The original video, the one that's made for that song. Make sure you watch that one. You will see so many things that are relevant to the regulators, angels, that have come here in this final hour. Not the fallen angels, I'm sorry. We're angels, we're God's angels. Father chose us to come here and we heeded the call. That's who we're here. Or we're here to save souls. That's who we are is what I meant to say. We're here to save souls. We're here to battle the fallen, and the fallen angels are here, and they know us, and that's why some of us are highly targeted, because we were all in heaven together, and they chose to fall with Lucifer for pride and for other things to make themselves above the Most High that sits on the throne, and they're about to be taken out. So again, that's what the arena looked like. It was like an old-timey arena. It had an open top. There was bleachers all around it. And I was searching for a way out. Once I got out, I looked up at the bleachers of the arena. I was on the outside looking up at the arena. And a huge black bull was running around loose. That's Baal. That's Satan, Lucifer. And it's Mardi Gras time right now. Baal worship. It's amazing. But guess what? The Lord is going to save a lot of the people in New Orleans. I really feel it. I feel like something is shifting here. They're going to remember what I said and what others that have gone there have said. A couple other prophets have been guided to New Orleans and have gone through there saying, repent. So anyway, I looked up at the bleachers of the arena. A huge black bull was running around loose. There was someone with me, and I said, wow, I could have been in there when the bull came. I got out just in time. There's the time, y'all. To me, it was symbolic of being in the Matrix, locked down, Thunderdome, the glass dome that's over the earth, the firmament, being locked in here. And then the bull is the BS, the strong delusion, Satan's minions being unleashed on those that are still on this earth that are following Satan, Baal worship, bull worship. It also signifies, because I was in a marina, that's even funny. Wow. Marina, get it? Our ship is leaving. Our ship is set sail. Our ship is coming in, and we're about to set sail. The arena looked like it was for sports, to watch sports with a bleacher. It also was symbolic that the enemy is killing people for sport. All right. The next part, I believe, was an attack from the enemy. But then the Lord actually pulled me up out of that. So I'm not even going to talk about that because I'm not focusing on what the enemy is doing. So I'm not going to talk about the next part of the dream. But then the next dream, because it went into 3 different parts. All right. Then the next dream, I was in a big house with a pool. I said I was going swimming. There was other people there, not many, just a few. I took my bra off to change into another bra, and a lady came by and saw me nude from just the top up. But still, I wouldn't even change. Like when I played sports and stuff in school, and I would always go into the toilet part of the bathroom and shut the door to change. My whole life I did that. I never would, well, the whole time I was in school, I would never actually change. Even with a bra on, I wouldn't even take my shirt off in front of people. So I don't remember being embarrassed is the odd thing. But I took my bra off, and a lady walked by, and she said, "You're too pretty for that. You don't have to go around showing everything," or something like that. I believe that that was a witch trying to infiltrate by trying to say something to make me think she was there to help, to be nice to me. But it was significant. She said, "You don't have to go around showing everything." Do you get it? Like, we're showing what's done in darkness. We're calling out, like, that's part of my calling, is showing what witches are doing and Satanists and things. It's more witches for me, because I was put right in the heart of it in New Orleans in the French Quarter, which the Lord is cleaning that out, by the way. He's removing all of them. I can't even tell y'all how I'm being shown this, but he is cleaning up New Orleans right now. Shout out to you, sister, that actually lives there. All right. And no, I'm not in New Orleans. I'm not in Louisiana. It's just what the Lord has been showing me in the spirit. He's cleaning it out. Because it's a beautiful city. If y'all wondered why I was there, the Lord guided me there so I could train. Because to know your enemy, to conquer your enemy, you have to know them. So I was put right across the street from a voodoo shop. They tried killing my dogs so many times. They finally got Chewy, but the Lord allowed me to keep Beignet, and it was all a learning experience. And you know what? Had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be where I am where I am now, and I wouldn't be able to lead people out of the wilderness. It's amazing. So it's actually been a blessing. The Lord used what the enemy wanted to use for evil. He used for our good, right? So I believe that was an attack from a witch trying to get me to not speak out, but it didn't work. And then the Lord came in. So she comes by and she says, you don't have to go around showing everything. And y'all that have actually given me a compliment on the way I looked yesterday, I really appreciate it. I'm not calling y'all witches at all. That really, really helped me because I don't feel myself. I'm like, man, look at me. I don't even do my hair. I haven't done my nails in like probably 7 or 8 years at least. And my hair is a scare, and I just don't feel like me. You know what I mean? And I usually just have a few outfits, and I used to love to dress kind of funky, and I don't have that kind of look anymore. You know, I don't have the clothes and stuff. So I really appreciate that. That really did help me. I'm not saying that. This was in the dream because I said something to one of y'all that commented something positive to me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I needed that. So the witch took that to use against, you see? So anyway, so the witch comes by and says, you don't need to go around showing everything. And then another woman appeared and said, she's not. She's getting dressed. Now tell me that's not amazing. Getting dressed for the wedding. Okay, then I changed clothes and I noticed I had a brown, which it was possibly leather. I'm almost positive it was leather. Old looking watch on with a gold face. This is significant, y'all, because I never have worn watches. I'm always late. Even if I get up 30 minutes early, I'm always 5 minutes late my whole life because I never cared about time. And it's weird because it's like we have a natural time clock in us that the Lord gave us, right? And that's why we all know we're wrapping it up. It's any time now that Jesus is coming back. The man of perdition is about to be revealed. That means we go up first before he's shown. But and then some of us come back down and save souls during the great trip. We're being anointed to do that right now. But we're getting glorified bodies. Anyway, I never wanted to wear a watch. I didn't like it. But I always knew around what time it was. And I still to this day, just for fun, when I wake up a lot of times, I'll be like, I bet it's 5:18. And I'll be off by no more than 10 minutes. Whether I'm up, sometimes I wake up at 4 in the morning. Sometimes I don't go to bed till 3 and I don't get up till 9. So it's not like I have a regular time clock because a lot of us are made, hit in our sleep. We're made to stay awake or things like that. So we don't have a regular schedule, but I always know about what time it is. So the fact I was wearing a watch that was significant, that goes with the Lord is destroying time because he doesn't work in time. His time is different than our time. If it's my time and your time, doesn't that make it our time, Mr. Hond? Get out of here, Spicoli. All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be serious on this to get all this out. Are you serious? Oh, snap. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Okay. So I notice I have a watch on with a gold face with leather whatever around your wrist. And I went to the pool. Before I was going to swim, I took the watch off and set it by the ledge of the pool. Then I stopped from going in. I almost stepped my foot in when I noticed the pool was overgrown with plants. They were growing up from the inside of it, or It was like they were floating on top, kind of what like lily pads do, but they weren't lily pads. It was more like seaweed. So I stopped and went to grab my watch. Okay, let me stop there. I believe that this pool is like how they use the looking glass of Alice, seeing through the mirror, seeing through the pool. I told you I saw that this pool of water after it rained, which was just last year, that towards the end of last year, maybe September or October, it looked like an upside down world with trees. I have it in a video, y'all. It was amazing. But there was no trees around it. And there was a fence around it. Now there was a fence, but there was no trees. I'm like, it looked like the trees were coming up. I believe that that was a portal. The Lord was allowing me to see that. So this pool of water could be significant of a portal or the firmament, which the firmament above our head, which the Bible speaks of as the firmament, is actually water that the angels are holding back, that's about to be unleashed. And we go through it. We go through the firmament. I hope this makes sense, because there's so much. I just have to just get out as much as I can, and then maybe I'll take it into parts later if the Lord tells me to. I really got to get out of here, y'all. It's already got to be 3 o'clock by now. Anyway, I believe that that was significant, that I was going through the firmament or about to go through a portal. But I stopped from almost going in the pool when I noticed the pool was overgrown with plants coming up from the inside, or they were floating on top like seaweed. So I stopped and went to grab my watch to leave. I was going to exit the pool, but I couldn't find it. I looked and finally stuck my hand in to feel around the water, and I pulled out a lock with a key attached. All right, so that would be this one, the one I bought. It was just a regular looking lock similar to this, but a key was dangling off of it. Okay, I pulled that up. Then I did it again, and I pulled out a second lock. So here it is. It also had a key dangling from it. And I was still searching for the watches because I'm thinking it fell into this pool, but I couldn't see down in it because it had the seaweed and the plants on top. Then I stuck my hand in a third time, and I pulled out from the water a heavy chain. Okay, this isn't a chain, but just visualize the chain. It was a huge chain with a lock and a key. And the lock looked really old-timey. I drew it on here. This is when I first woke up from this dream this morning. That's what it looked like. It was kind of round like a horseshoe shape, and it was square on top with a hole in it and an old-timey key. And then the next part, then that's the end of that. And then the next part, I was reading a newspaper that looked like it was written in another language, possibly Chinese is what I thought. And when I read to the bottom, I had to turn the page. It was all just like lines and lines filled like this. Just about this small of print. Okay, all over the page. But it was in another language, probably Chinese is what I thought. When I turned the page to find out the very ending of whatever this was, there was a number written on it. Only a number. And it was written in big numbers. 15. And then I woke up. Okay? So the Lord had me look number 15. 15 means to do good, do something that profits others. The Lord said, you are a prophet that is profiting others. In the Bible, it means rest, which comes after deliverance. Is that not amazing, y'all? I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing. Rest, which comes after deliverance. We're being led out of the wilderness. We've got the key that unlocks the lock to go up. This is amazing, y'all. But it gets even more amazing. The 15th day of the Hebrew month of Nisan is the first day of unleavened bread, restoration, healing, and deliverance. All right. In Strong's Hebrew, 15 is the new green can't read that. New green ears of, I'm sorry, I can't read my own. I should have been a doctor. Doctor. New green ears growing gray. Blah. New green ears of growing grain as the parent seeds attached to the stalk. Pole shift. Okay, it says, the meaning in Strong's Hebrew of 15 is the new green ears of growing grain as the parent seeds attached to the stalk / pole. And the Lord said, pole shift, shifting. Everything is being turned upside down. We're being made right side up, okay? Of the next generation of crops. It's also Abib. Shout out to you, Sister Laura. I'm pretty sure it was Sister Laura. I should have wrote it down. Just last night, she made a comment, and I think it was on the little short video of me just sharing the full moon, the full wolf moon, about Year of Abib. This is amazing. And I'm like, Abib, what does that mean? Now, this morning, the Lord put it together. She didn't even know because I hadn't dreamt it yet. So you see how the Lord is connecting all of us together? We all have a piece of the puzzle. It's amazing. So shout out to you, Sis Laura, because when you said that, that made me take note of now here's Abib again. So number 15 is also Abib, the name of the month in Hebrew, in the Hebrew calendar, the green ears of grain, the month of newly ripened grain. It's in Exodus 13:4 and 23:15. It's the first of the Jewish celestial, I can't say it, year, and the 7th of the civil year. It began about the time of the equinox on the 21st of March, called Nisan, after the captivity. So remember how I was shown 3 months last week? I heard the Lord say 3 months, which would be April. So after the captivity, and it starts from March to April. So that's the month of Abib. That's also the harvest. This is the harvesting of the first fruits. It's coming up, y'all. On the 15th day of the month, this is in Hebrew calendar, the harvest would begin by a gathering of the sheaf of barley, which was offered unto the Lord on the 16th, which is in Leviticus 23:4 through 11. This is just, there's so much, y'all, so much. So this is even amazing. So how I said, okay, now the Lord's putting it together. Port cities, Moses, the lock and key, 3 locks. 3 times he gave me that. 3 times in a dream, I pulled out a lock from the water with a key. But that was the most important thing. Each key had a lock on it. The Lord does things in 3s. So in this magazine, which I didn't look at until the Lord said, open it to page 49, I said, okay, Lord, I know you have something else for me. And I flipped it, and sure enough, here's yet another page. What's on it? A boat, a ship. Our ship is coming in. A river runs through it. The firmament, the river, the separating of the wheat from the tares, the separating of those that go up through the firmament and those that go into the pit, through the water, the portal. I mean, there's just too much. There's the ship, Noah's Ark, the boat, the wooden boat that the man tried to steal the blessing that the Lord showed me yesterday when the artist guy outside was talking to me, and the man came up and said he wanted to buy the one painting painted on a piece of wood, and it was of a wooden boat. And the Lord has showed me that several times I've been raptured up on a boat. What does this ship have on it? Connecting the dots. What? It's just crazy. There's so much, y'all. I can't even go on anymore. I really got to get out of here. But just have faith. We're about to cross the Jordan. We're about to go into the promised land that the Lord has set before us. So stay in faith, stay strong, and just ask Father. Shout out a couple of y'all, like, he hasn't told me my mission. If you're a follower of Christ and you're a targeted, empowered, persecuted individual, persecuted for righteousness' sake, meaning we're not perfect, but we follow the Lamb wherever he goes. We obey Father. And if we slip up, we quickly repent. We've been taken out of the world, isolated. A lot of us made homeless. A lot of us maybe have health problems. A lot of us have been Judased out. Most of us have been Judased out by our friends and family. And everything stolen from, lied about, stalked from town to town, spied on, mocked, all those kind of things. You can bet you have a high calling and a high mission. So the Lord has shown you somehow or another. You just have to connect the dots. Ask Father. He keeps telling me to tell y'all, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door shall be open. So here's proof. Just got back 3 times what the enemy stole. And Father said we're going to get back 100-fold. So I love y'all. Prayers for everybody. It's so exciting. It's overwhelming. I can't even, wow! I can't even believe this. What in the world? I'm not usually sitting back here. I'm usually in the front, but I'm trying to get away from the noise in the front. So I came back here, plus I wanted y'all to see. The other window in the front's more beautiful because it's a floor-to-ceiling window. Reminded me of my pretty place that I loved in New Orleans that they ruined. But anyway, that's okay because it was a learning. Had I not gone, I wouldn't have learned the next part. Look at this, y'all. I did not even notice this. I promise y'all, I probably noticed it, but didn't notice the significance. Look at what's on the curtains. Leaves. Jesus is the branch and we are the leaves. We're going home, y'all. There's too much going on for us not to be out of here. So I love y'all. Prayers for everybody. And I'm out.